Maybe this has happened to you. I know it's happened to me. I have a tool that I enjoy using. It does one thing really well, and I really get to like how it works. Then it starts to add all these other features that I don't need. It gets slower. Maybe it doesn't work as nice as it used to. Now I have to have an account to log in. Now I have to have a paid subscription. It goes on and on and on. One of the places this has happened to me is with just like a simple tool for running HTTP requests. We do this a lot as web developers, and it's nice to have a tool, especially with kind of some pre-built collections of requests. And I've gone through many of them now trying to find one that works and that isn't too much of a pain to use. But I want to show you, if you're using PHPStorm, this feature already exists pretty fully formed right inside your editor. So let's take a look at this. If you start a new file, one of the options is HTTP request, and it brings you to a screen like this. And it's a simple text file. So one thing that's really nice about this is that you can commit it to your repo so that other people on your team can use it. You can choose not to do that if you want. You could ignore it, but I think it's useful to share with your teammates. And so it's very simple. Like I can have a get with a URL. I can have a post. I can have, all these different headers, some payloads, but let's see what one looks like. Let's just do a simple get, and I'm hitting the GitHub endpoint for Laravel framework. So if I run this, it shows me the results, and it's formatted as JSON. Things are color-coded nice. It saves it to a file. I get response codes, like all the things I would want to have. Let's do it now with a post. So this I'm going to just post to post bin, I guess, is HTTP bin now. And same thing. So it echoes back my incoming payload. It gives me a bunch of headers that came in. All of this is super simple. Like now, maybe if you're using some super advanced features in a tool like Postman or whatever, it's not going to do everything. But for me, it does all of what I need. And one last thing I want to show here. So let me get this window out of the way. Is you can also use variables. So here I have base URL. Now it's showing that it's missing the environment variable, but if I can pick dev or prod, and it can show me, in fact, what that looks like is a simple key value pair like this, where I can have something called dev, I can have something called prod, and then I can specify arbitrary variables like base URL. Now that's not a secret, so maybe this is even something I would commit to the repo. Maybe there are secrets that I have in there, and then I could keep that as a private environment variable. This is just touching the surface of what this tool can do, but I think it's worth a look. If you're already using PHPStorm and you're growing a little tired of some of the other tools you've been using for making HTTP requests, I think this is a nice addition to your toolkit.